Alright gamers and maybe non-gamers, this is it. The final ride to the final destination of this long-running list has begun. Of course, with the coming years, this list might clearly grow, and I do have to admit a lot of titles have been skipped, but there's a reason why. Cause I tried to make my personal best list of available video games. So in my previous special I ended with X-Men Wolverine, so let us start with final 7 titles. Hang on tight guys and girls.
At number 7, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
So in 2010 we have gotten the movie of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, which was based on the graphic novel Scott Pilgrim. That very same month we also got the video game with the same name as the movie. But the game was based on the comics as well, so maybe this ain't the true best movie into video games title, but here I'm the boss, so it's like I said, alright? The video game has gotten a limited release. First it was on a PS Store, but later on they also added the XBAL version or Xbox Live version. But that was it, the only platforms where you could play this game. The game was really pretty decent and gave us one of the better side-scrolling beat-em-ups since years.
At number 6, GoldenEye 64.
Yeah, I know. Nintendo, or at least people making games for Nintendo, did have a habit to add 64 after all these titles, just like they did with the Super Nintendo. But then they added Super for every title. GoldenEye would have been at the first place if I would count the hours I played that game, together up with 3 friends and some card box to make an actual split screen. Ah, the good times. This is a real beloved N64 title, and that is richly deserved. The game brought us memorable moments from the movies into the game screen. I actually felt like a real special agent breaking into a facility.
At number 5, Chronicles of Riddick Escape from Butcher Bay.
Escape from Butcher Bay is a video game based on the Riddick series, released to the Xbox and Windows PC. It acts as a prequel to Pitch Black and involves Riddick's escape from the eponymous prison, Butcher Bay. The game was extremely well received and is often listed amongst the greatest Xbox games of all time. I remember me vividly that this game had the graphical quality of a high-end PC game in that time. Wow, that on the old Xbox. Amazing. On to the next game.
At number 4, Ghostbusters the video game.
Alright, kinda excited for this one, of course without a doubt this must be the best ever made Ghostbusters game. The game follows a character which is a new recruit in the Ghostbusters team. The gameplay is a typical third-person shooter, but instead of using a traditional gun or rifle, players get to play with the Proton Pack, a laser beam-like weapon, and a ghost trap to fight and capture those deadly ghosts. The game's plot is set 2 years after Ghostbusters 2, around Thanksgiving in 1991. Many of the main cast members from the film were involved into making of this game. Each of the actors who portrayed the Ghostbusters in the movie, actors like Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, Bill Murray, and Ernie Hudson, lent their voices and likenesses to the in-game characters. Aykroyd and Ramis also aided with the game script. Ghostbusters the video game also contains the soundtrack from the original Ghostbusters film, along with various characters, locations and props featured in the film. The game received generally favorable reviews from critics, and more than 1 million copies were sold. Good news if you missed out on this one. A remastered version has been developed and is scheduled for a release in 2019. So that was kinda it. Next list will be the final 3 games. And please, really, I tried to put up some work into making these fits. It would mean a great deal to me if you would consider subscribing. Alright, that's totally radical of you guys and girls. Grifter, signing out.